is a Saturday. It's 62 degrees. I'm in Keene, New Hampshire. This morning I was in Portland, Maine, and this is the luxurious, glamorous side of the Cannonball. Look through the trees and you will find we are in a Michael's parking lot. So in case you want any crafts, we can go to Michael's. And over here we have Cletus and a trailer and Chris Davis. What we've got here is a 1924 S24, 25. Really, getting the year right on these things
doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't really, it's close, and the British weren't so specific on it. Brough Superior SS80. You guys might have seen this in other videos, but we've ridden it at probably 500 or 600 miles, California and a few other places. But today was its first 150-mile test with me riding the snot out of it on the Cannonball. Over here is our SS100. We've got a 25, 26, probably 26 Brough Superior. Now it spent the day in the trailer, coming from Portland, Maine to here in a trailer. Unfortunately, it has what they call clincher tires on it. We've had some issues with essentially the tire and tube inside the wheel spinning and then piercing the tube where the valve stem is. Chris was up till 1 a.m. last night in a parking lot, real similar to this one, doing what he's doing right now, but working on the SS101 or 100, and I just got on that bike this morning and rode out. So what he's doing is checking a few things. So the problems I had today were pretty basic. I had a tool set, so I was okay. On the Cannonball, the mechanics or support crew is not allowed to be on the same route as you. In fact, you can see them in the morning, and you can see them when you get to the destination, but you cannot see them in between or you lose points. We don't really care, we're not here to win, but yeah, it disqualifies you from the day if you see and you get any support crew or any support. So I had my Revival Cycles pannier on here, and I had tools. I had one pair of pliers, one screwdriver, and a set of wrenches, British Whitworth wrenches, and a fire extinguisher and some oil. That's all I had. Anyway, so spark plug lead came off of it today. The nut backed off the spark plug. I got that. I had to tighten up the rear sprocket that came loose. I had to adjust the chain because the chain was a bit tight. And then the steering head bearing is a little loose, so Chris is going to do that. Everything else was great. I was running along at like 60, 70 miles an hour at some points, I should say. And I didn't have any problems. So Chris is going to get that done first. See, was it loose? Was that right?
It's definitely loose.
Yeah. So what he's tightening up is the steering head bearings. I can feel it when I would hit. There you go. Look, come over around here, Laser. Watch what happens when he pulls up on this. Watch the fork. See the head play? That's what I was feeling. The front end was way loose. So that has roller bearings. It's just a bunch of ball bearings and a essentially held chamber in the top and rear, or top and bottom. So he's probably, hopefully he can just adjust that out. I could feel it. It was affecting handling and everything.
Yeah, I'm sure.
No big deal.
No big deal.
Grease it, put it back together. You can see what we adapted on this bike. Obviously we put our number plate on, and we put this, the Roto Packs extra fuel tank for capacity. I didn't need it. I was getting 50 miles out of a tank of gas, which was plenty. We adapted it. We've got on here, Laser, you can see the rolling map. So they don't let us use GPS. We're supposed to follow this route that they give us right before we leave. And it shows us all the turns and corners and shit. And actually, I had to turn around a couple times. It was easy to. I'm not used to using a map anymore. Anyway.
Did you like the mirrors?
The mirrors are great. I never had mirrors on this bike before, so
no.
It was weird to be able to see people behind me. Most of the people I was seeing, I was just passing though. I hauled ass past them. Did you want to talk at all about the clincher thing? You want to come back to that later?
Come back to that when I'm actually working on it.
When you're nice and pissed off?
Yeah, it's a great idea.
So now everyone else is at another hotel. We're going to go over there. We'll do a quick video with them. Everyone showed up. We were at a different hotel because we didn't book our hotels till too late. But it's good because it's really nice and quiet, so Chris can concentrate on what he needs to get done. So we're back. Cannonball. This is Mr.
Jason Sims.
Jason Sims. He's the man. He's the director, right?
I am.
You're the head dude in charge?
I'm the head circus. I'm the clown. The ringleader.
So this is your fifth?
Fifth Cannonball.
10 years in.
10 years in. Yeah,
Right.
feels great.
So I wanted you to talk about your dad started this?
No.
No, is it
actually,
not?
my good buddy Lonnie started it.
Okay. I thought
10 years ago.
For some reason I thought Lonnie was your dad.
Oh, no.
I had that all mixed up.
No.
No, okay.
So
Is
Lonnie's
Lonnie?
been a good friend of mine
Yeah,
for over
okay.
10 years, and he started it,
Okay.
and I just happened to be the chosen one to kind of take it over from him. Yeah, just super blessed to do it.
So this is your first time then solo.
Actually, my
with
second
that.
time.
Oh, it's your second?
So,
It is, 'cause I didn't go last year. Yeah.
So,
Or 2 years ago.
2016, kind of took over and took over the reins, and now we're here.
What'd you learn last time?
Oh man, I was so unorganized last time. I'm used to doing events, and this event is like no other event. It was super crazy.
Herding
super
cats
crazy.
is what I can imagine, right? It's
Worse than that,
Herding,
worse than that.
herding 150 cats that are unreliable.
And actually, the people,
Yeah.
the riders, they're great.
Right.
It's the cities that you have to work with,
Really?
the law enforcements, the hotels, and all that kind of stuff. Really, that's the hardest part of the whole entire
Total
thing.
logistical nightmare.
Exactly.
Yeah, we run the handbelt show once a year. We have another little event too, the handbelt show, and even that fixed in one place for 3 days is such a
Right.
it screws us all up. But anyway, this is good, man. And
Yeah.
I'll say already. So I did this 4 years ago with you on a Brough with
Right.
Paul, and after doing it once, I think your second time around, you're like, oh, everything's super easy. You're a lot more relaxed, right? But this is still more organized than 2014. It was 2014.
Yeah, exactly. Every time we do it, we learn a little bit more and more. We get a little bit more professional.
Yeah.
We figure out the tools that make it easier. So,
Did you want to maybe summarize, because I don't know that I did that earlier, summarize what the Cannonball is?
so the Cannonball is a cross-country race
Yeah.
with antique motorcycles.
Yeah.
We do it every 2 years,
Yeah. Coast to coast.
coast to coast.
And it changes, the
And
route
it
changes. Yeah.
every 2 years. We change the route and we change the dynamic of the motorcycles.
So one of my questions that I haven't been able to ask is it Jeff? Who is it that someone drives the entire route first?
Right. So
Like a year ago?
there's myself and John Clausen that kind of
John,
put the
okay,
route together. We first put it down on paper, and then we actually have to drive the route 4 times to put this whole thing together. So
Consecutively, you'll drive one and then you'll go back and a couple months later and do it
every
again?
couple of months we'll
Okay.
go back and forth.
Right.
If something doesn't work, then we have to go back again and,
Or roads
and
closed.
retry it. Yeah,
Does it change?
exactly. So-
Did you come across that part in the fucking road where it turned into dirt? No one crashed there, right?
No.
Because it was pretty heinous.
Oh, yeah, it
actually.
was crazy. It was
And I was
crazy,
hauling
but-
ass, so it snuck
right.
up on me. Come around this corner of pavement, and then suddenly it's like the pavement's gone, there's a big hole, and there's
Right.
gravel in a turn, right?
Right.
And I was right ahead of the sidecar stuff, and I was like, oh my, did they make it through that?
Right.
Anyway,
So when we were here a month ago, that wasn't
That
there.
wasn't there,
So-
exactly.
so
It was
that's
still
the
a
kind of
surprise.
stuff that, we have to put up with. But that's what makes the Cannonball,
Yeah.
the unforeseen circumstances
Because they're all
that pop up.
Yeah, they're back roads. They're not interstates, so
Right.
you don't really know what's going to happen. And,
Right.
But yeah, I mean, most of the
even
bikes.
today we're changing the route for
tomorrow?
where we're going to be.
Is that because someone's
13
out running,
days from now.
pre-running tonight?
No, right now we're dealing with forest fires in
Oh,
the west.
that's right. That's right.
So, and road construction. So we're actually looking at doing stuff 4 days ahead. We have a person out there right now, just making sure everything's
4
good.
days out. All right.
Right.
Is it going to get warmer?
I hope so.
It was
I
cold
hope so.
today.
Oh,
I was
man,
freezing my butt off.
It was actually good for the motorcycles.
It
so
was. It was fine. And we didn't have. How many ended up on the? So there's a truck that drives around and comes behind, like an hour or so, right behind the crew after everybody leaves. How many got picked up on the trailer?
I think we had 5 casualties.
Only
today.
5 breakdowns?
Yeah, which is the best for a first day ever.
And how many bikes is it this year? You said last night.
107.
107.
Yep. So
There's 107 right there.
there it is. Look at that.
Laser. 107. I'm 106, and that's
Right.
107.
Yeah. So last year, day 1, we had 28 casualties. So
Wow.
it just shows you how much better these guys are getting right now.
Dude, well, it's a lot better. Well, man, thanks for letting us be a part of it. We're
Yeah,
always
you
kind of
bet.
last minute. throwing our hat in the ring, and
we love it, man.
me and Paul are stoked to be here. We really are.
We love seeing the Broughs again.
Yeah. Well, I wonder, has anybody complained? Because Paul and I know we pass everybody.
Hey, it's the same thing that I did in 14
right.
when I was on a knucklehead.
All right,
so.
good. All right. I feel bad every time I go around. I'm like, I don't want to go that pace.
Oh, yeah.
I want to go a little quicker.
Hey, you got the thing where you can just kickstand down every night almost.
That's exactly right.
So.
Yeah. Chris is over
Last
there
to
doing
leave.
Yeah, I'm always last to leave.
First to
Sometimes
get
the
in.
first to get in. You know, I feel a little guilty, but it's okay. Chris is over there
Yeah.
getting some work done for us, so it'll be great.
Awesome.
We're gonna walk around. If you think anything else, we got a whole nother 14 days of this.
Okay.
If you think anything else you want to talk about, because there aren't enough people watching this, I want people to learn about the Cannonball.
Right.
I want you to be inundated. And I want you to have to split this up into 2 different races because there's so many people.
I'm actually,
So we cut all that out. It's
Right.
fine. We didn't tell. There's some stuff coming. There's some announcements coming. You guys need to check the Motorcycle Cannonball website. When are you going to announce all this?
you know, if we get through this event and,
Maybe
you know,
next-
I've got some ideas for 2020 and we'll see. We'll
All
see.
right.
I want to keep it a surprise for
Yeah.
a little bit and, you know, we got something completely different on
Coming.
the hook, so.
Great. More stuff I'm going to have to commit to or not commit to.
Exactly.
All right. So it's MC_Cannonball. It's Instagram, right?
Instagram,
Yeah.
yeah.
And the website is
motorcyclecannonball.com.
.com. Go look at that, guys, and look for updates and subscribe and follow his stuff, and then you'll get to see it.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna go walk around and make fun of everybody who's working on their
Awesome.
shit. Thanks, Steve. Thanks again for letting us come. I appreciate it.
You
All right, man.
Thank
See
you.
it. Yeah. This is Jeff Decker's van. Anybody who doesn't know Jeff Decker's kind of a loser. Dude, look at this thing. It's so nice. Yeah, no, you're gonna have like a leather chair in here.
Stripper pole.
Stripper pole. This is what you find at the Cannonball. Jeff Decker has incredible taste in weird stuff. Look at this, he's got a mat. He's so fancy. All right, let's go see this BMW over here. 1928 BMW R52. What's wrong with your differential?
It's not the differential, it's the shift lever.
Oh no.
Going into the transmission, the actual lever itself. Simple stuff, just a weld broke
Oh,
on the lever itself, so they're getting it
Oh.
welded up, kind of slap it
You'll be
back
fine.
together.
You'll be
So,
fine.
yeah,
He
go
was
on.
only 14 miles out of town. He
All right.
stopped, and then that's when it kind of popped. He knew if he could just get it in a gear,
yeah.
he could just kind of idle on in. Somebody stopped to help him, so they lifted, he needed to lift the back
Yeah.
tire up, and he had a little tool back here, got barely just a hold of a little piece of it, pushed it up, and it actually went into third.
He just kept rolling.
Yeah.
Well, you'll be back up and running in no time then.
Well, we hope so.
You
Keep
went and
your
found a
fingers
welder
crossed.
somewhere.
At the Holiday Inn.
We saw it over there. There's somebody over there with a Miller welder.
Yeah.
Good luck.
All right,
Tell
thank
Norm
you.
good luck. This is a Henderson 4-cylinder. You can see they've upgraded the wheels and the hubs, a little bit more modern stuff, but still, this is from the Wheels Through Time Museum. God, that Henderson, look at that thing. I like their lift they've got. That's a pretty cool setup. I don't think that qualifies. I mean, right? It's a bit large to be ridden. Look at this rig. He's got his flatbed truck. What, 3, 4 mini bikes in the back? They got a race going on or what? Dude, look at that. Poke your head in there. Some people have nicer setups than others. There aren't many British bikes. If you've looked, most everything's Harley, Indian, Henderson, Triumph singles. We've got 3 Triumph singles. I thought there was 3. I only see 2 right now. Looks like he just did a little oil change maybe. Everything going okay with the Triumphs today?
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, great. I'm so happy to see you guys out there today. 550 cc, 4 horsepower, single Triumphs. Super early, side valve. These guys have much more of a challenge on their hands than I do on the Brough, that's for sure. Model P, 1925. Super cool. So they have a total loss oiling system, and they literally have to, look at that. They literally have to inject oil into the engine every 10 miles by hand because they don't have the proper oil pump. Fancy, man. Super fancy. These guys have a rig. This is a fancy rig. These guys are so good. They don't even have to work on anything. The place is totally shut down. All right, so that was into day 1. Tomorrow we ride, I think 200 miles Where are we headed? Tomorrow I go to Binghamton, New York. Is that where we're going? 200 miles. More adventures tomorrow. We'll come back, check in with you guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.